A wise woman once told me that if I put my hand to the ground and be in touch, you can still hear the ancestors of this land speak. I want to know about this land. I want to know about this place that I now call my home. This land that is home to so many.
The name of this place is Chinatown, or I often say I live in Strathcona, or I live in downtown Eastside. My name's Yulia Manolescu. I still live here. I don't live in this space, but I live here, and I feel like I'll always be living in this area, in this neighborhood, and on this land. It's home. It feels like home. It feels more like a community than any other place I've ever lived in, including other areas of the city and other countries. It feels like neighbors remember you. I want to live here.
This is just one story of just one home. If I dig a little deeper, I realize that we trade in a little bit of our lives to borrow a little bit of land to build home. The same home where thousands of people were displaced from, this same home that governments committed genocide over and stole children from, this same home.
We, the Tislewa too, were called the people of the inlet. We lived on both sides of the inlet. That's still our land. My name is Khalia, and my government name is Amy George. And there's more to it. Most people call me Ta'a, which is grandmother. When way back in the day, my ancestors said we're real lonely in this paradise. We'd like to see some other people to come here. So it's not surprising that people gravitated to this area. There were thousands of us, and we got totally wiped out to 13 people. This is like our true history. There's nothing truthful in the history books. I knew that when I was a child. One of the burial places we buried our people was around False Creek. And so many times I really wanted to go there and do ceremony. We could never retrieve the bones or bodies of my people, because there's so many layers of cement and buildings, and it seems like our whole land is just all paved and cemented up. It's like all these fences, and it makes me so sad all the time to see. Whether people know it or not, when they're walking around this land, that maybe they're walking over some bodies of my people. So I don't know if they hold back, but if they were in touch, they'd get a feeling of the natives who are buried around here. On Hogan's Alley, I remember being very little, and sometimes my dad used to drive home that way. And especially in the warm summer days, it looked like a festival all the time. There'd be people out and about and talking, and it was almost like it was real festive. And I remember them, we'd drive through, and yeah, I could hear music and people visiting and sitting on each other's stoops. It was nice.
This home holds so many stories. My home is one with music, festivals, soul food, and other black folks like me. This too has been taken away, built on stolen land, bulldozed to the ground in the name of urban renewal and progress.
My name is Kari Wendell McClelland. I'm originally from Detroit, Immigrated to Windsor, Ontario, and then made my way to Vancouver about 8 years ago. I call this neighborhood Strathcona. I think the strongest memory that I have of this neighborhood, at least one that really built some context for me, was hosting a historical cultural event on Hogan's Alley, which is no longer there. The Georgia Viaduct replaced a portion of the neighborhood that is Strathcona. And a lot of the people that were displaced were African American and Chinese. You know, this neighborhood was the hub of black culture on the western coast of Canada. And also all of the, there were a ton of businesses that people came to from all over, black-owned businesses in this neighborhood. It's the same story in some ways, but different. Like, this is still a cultural and artistic hub, and it is quickly shifting, and there are definitely, it's changed since I started coming here. Yeah, I think as long as I live in Vancouver, I will continue to live here. As long as it continues to be affordable for me to live here, I'll live here. I mean, that's a big issue in this community and in this neighborhood and in the city, period. That having housing that's affordable for people who don't make a lot of money is an important thing, and I feel like that's shifting in this neighborhood, and that's one of the things that I've seen. But it's also not the first time. And this process, that we refer to now as gentrification, but it's basically like the power of money and its ability to call shots.
I have a responsibility to tell this story. I have a responsibility to know the history of the land on which my home is built on, and a responsibility to the original peoples of this land today.